They are cassava content with cyanide. How about cyanide? Yeah. How about your product? How about the CBD? Are really content with cyanide? Any modification process to make safety your product? Thank you.
Okay, for cyanide, it is nutrition composition, not cyanide, but we can hidden that with the process. Sorry.
Just like gantung.
Yes. Posing. And from with salt 1000 ppm. That is to take out the cyanide from Gemili.
But I have some advice to you because if you direct selling your product, I reach your many people will be so I think you must make your product be safety.
I think not our dead people if eating this product because if you eating Gemili, you're gonna die.
Yes, you will die.
You will not die.
Yes, you're gonna die. So that is modernization from Gemili to pure of Gemili. Okay, that is my explanation. Any question again?
Let's become Gemili in the selling person.
I think enough. Thanks for your question. Have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, still have 1 minute left on it. So, but now I will moderation also audience, so I will give you some advice. Okay, okay, this is about Gemili. So, the question for some of the audience about Gemili, how to give the economic target so the people wanna eat your Gemili course. So, I guess the first thing that you need to do if you want to sell your product, so the people want to consume it a lot. So you have like a special recipe of the Gemili course. So if the taste is delicious, so everybody will eat it.
Give tester please.
Yeah, it's trying to like make Gemili cake or what kind of Gemili
Make
or
product so we can
bread.
get it.
Okay, this is our internet product. And about Gemili free cyanide, I see it's incorrect. Just put in salt, so it will work cyanide because we also do that on the cassava leaf, so it will be safe. So nothing but to worry about. Yeah. Okay. We will call for. Thank you for time. We will call for the next speaker.
Terus sudah. Terus pindah ke sini. Oh, jadi di sana. Tapi kan kita juga.
Okay, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. We have still left around 20 minutes. So, is it? I will call for the next speaker, but I will ask for the first. Is it inconvenient for you to the presentation this time for Mrs. Yoni Alfiatri. Next, we have any applicant. They are not here. They are not here.
It seems.
Nothing. Nothing. So, Has. Yuliana Fahra, please Jamo. Here. Okay, that's the half. Maybe you want to. It's okay. I'll give you option. You want to give a presentation now because we still have the time, or you want to wait for the last few. Bobo and the area to minimize the peak discharge in Jakarta flight. Eradication. Okay, for time.
You have to forgive. Seriously.
As you know that floods is a disaster that usually occurs in Indonesia. But in this presentation, we would like to focus on Jakarta. And this picture is show the floods that occur in Jakarta, Indonesian capital. First, introduction. Jakarta floods. Jakarta flood is an annual disaster that usually occurs in Jakarta. And from Jakarta floods, it affects some negative effects. For example, destroys many citizen facilities and causes disease. And then next. Actually, the Jakarta government have done some effort to eradicate the Jakarta floods, and this is the effort that the Jakarta government have been done. First, drainage improvement. First is flood canal development, and then strengthening the environment, and the last drainage improvement. But the three efforts that have been done by the Jakarta government cannot fulfill the eradicate the Jakarta floods. And how is the condition of the Puncak and Bogor? As you know that the Jakarta was located in the basin area. So if the rainfall, water will flow to Jakarta. And this picture shows the latest condition of Puncak and Bogor. From this picture, we know that there is many forests that converts to citizen house. And actually, the rainfall intensity constant, but causes because the forest that converts to citizen house, runoff in Puncak become increased to be 69% and just infiltrate to 22%. And this is the example of the area that converts to the land. And this is the condition in Bogor. And this is the concept that this picture shows the process of occurring the floods. First, deforestation and area conversion in Bogor. And when rain falls, the rainwater flows to Jakarta and affects to flood in Jakarta. And then discussion. Puncak and the revitalization of Puncak area. Should the village be destroyed? I think it is impossible. And should the huge area be converted into forest? I think it is impossible too. And I think it's more effective to use available land. And the concept is to eradicate the Jakarta flood. We focus to big area with building some infiltration wells and maybe the challenge of this concept is to collect the society, because the society have a different opinion to protect the forest, and so we must have some approach to combining the opinion of the society and make agreement with the government. Any question? Okay. Please.
Okay, thank you. I have question for you. I think this is good idea, but I ask you about when you can application this idea, because I think the Jakarta government very need solution for food. When you get application.
Okay, I think the effort that has been done by the Jakarta government is just on focus on in Jakarta. And Jakarta, as we know, that Jakarta is located in basin area. So if we only focus in Jakarta,
rainfall water always, if rainfall, the water usually flows to Jakarta, and Jakarta located in basin area. As we know that water usually flows from the upper stream to the downstream, and Jakarta located in the downstream. If we just focus on Jakarta, I think it is not effective.
Okay, Mr.
I must first say one, I don't know much about this situation in Indonesia. So I just want to ask, it has some pictures of what the government is doing right now. And it has some pictures of what the government was doing right now. I saw a man open a hole and something, he had a picture of that. I just want to ask you, he's talking about policy. So policy means money basically. So can you compare, or in your idea, this is an estimation, what the government is doing right now and what your presentation is proposing? So is it like a lot of money to do this, or I guess one if it is feasible, that's what I want to know. If your idea is feasible. You understand? Is it extremely expensive? That's the question.
I think it's a cheap effort because we just make a hole in the farm and we don't need any material to build it. We just make a hole in the farm and we just use the available land without destroying the villa, without convert the forest.
So it's cheap, so it's basically cheap.
Cheap.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Policy.
Anything else?
Do you want to recommendation for when answer
Maybe
or your idea?
every 3 meters. It is according to the according to the area.
How many
How
of
many?
Maybe you know, Mr. Peter. Okay. So he meant that how many orang that you build for maybe 100 kilometers square of the area.
Every 3 meters we can build the RORA. But we must remember that RORA only can build in the farm, not in the citizen. So we can build it in every 3 meters of area. Can you catch it?
Or maybe you will make Korak.
It is according to the area.
Very expensive.
No, I think it is a cheap effort because
For
we
one
just make a hole.
It's just for one Korak. But for your concept, it's much. Because Aminora will building for the problem. And if you building the Korak, so you must hide the area for agriculture.
you rent this area for agriculture to make a lot?
We just make it in the on empty land.
As we can see, Java is crowded.
Okay.
Crowded.
little space to make possibilities. That's only the possibilities because Java is too broad.
I think every 1 hectare of area can be built about 3 of product. 3.
Product. How much the size of for one product? The size in centimeters size.
You can see the picture.
We can now. This is 2 meters of 2 until 3 meters of depth, and the length is about 10 meters. 10 meters.
And you need 3 product for 1 hectare area. So I think it could be not that cheap because if you want to dig a hole 3 meters, you cannot just use where's that? Actual equipment in Indonesia. You need a tool, maybe like tractor or something like that to dig it. Excavator, yeah. So I think it could be not that cheap.
YouTube. If you compare with budget.
Yeah, Aurora, I think Aurora, how many Aurora can be built? It is according the area.
We don't talk about how many OA. To make a 1 OA with a dig a hole around 3 meters, you know that around 3 meters is a hard land. It's contain some small stone or others, not humus. Humus is easy to dig it. But below 1 meter is hard. See, I think it's not expensive and not cheap. It's expensive to dig it. It's excavator. Even if you set it, people you need to pay it.
Okay, you can make calculation in case.
I think it is a cheap effort because we don't need like a tractor or etc. But we can combine it with approaching the society or the own of Chongren
How much in the way?
to make a whole.
Work together. Really?
Work together.
Yes, we work together.
Okay, because the time is sorry for maybe all of you have a lot of questions about this because
Yeah.
Yes.
it's very interesting how to avoid Jakarta from the planning.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for your time for Miss Alfia. Okay, so now it's time for lunch. So all of you can have your lunch near to the conference hall after the step. Okay, please can you eat lunch. Have you the delicious food.
Yes, we will leave our bags and our stuff here.
Okay, if you have something you want to bring or
You get the positive and negative impact is about the
or Indonesian society. So from this picture, we can say that they are correlated real sector and between real sector and Indonesian society. And then Sinarmas or PT Smart Tbk. Smart Sinarmas Agro Research and Technology is the biggest or the largest and integrated plantation company in Indonesia. This plantation in Sumatra, Kalimantan, Sulawesi, and Papua. Because it's the company is the biggest company plantation, I think that they must need a lot of labor, use the big material in Indonesian country to support their activity. From this background, I'm interested to know about how the implementation of CSR program in PT Smart Tbk. There is a question, the promotion of the program. The first, how does the corporate culture affect the implementation of CSR program? And then the second, how is the implementation of CSR program in terms of the component CIPP? The first, context, input, process, and project for impact. Context means the basic condition, how the implementation of CSR program can be done, and then the input is support to implement the CSR, and the process is how the CSR program can be done, and the impact is the result of implementation of this CSR program. Analytical construct. Every company need business ethic to do their activity. To get the business ethic, they need good corporate governance or KCG. KCG serves the profit direction for business and minimize error in business. One of the principles of a good corporate governance is responsibility. It means that the implementation of CSR, corporate social responsibility, is a good activity which done for the company. So to evaluate the implementation of CSR, we can use the evaluation model like CIPP. The methodology. Basic methods which used in this research is descriptive qualitative with case study and is processing sampling at kantor pusat PT Sinarmas Tbk at Menara 2 Plaza BI, Jalan M. Batamin, Jakarta Pusat, and the branch of one of the branch PT Smart at Sumber Indah Perkasa, Lampung. And the method of determining the informant, I use the snowball sampling. The first general description of Sinarmas. Sinarmas engaged in oil palm plantation since 1962 with more than 360,000 hectare area in Indonesia. There are three main activities. The first, planting and harvesting palm oil, and then second, palm oil processing into curd palm oil and palm kernel oil, and the last, refining CPO into value-added product like filma, palmia, and etc. Now, the corporate culture. What is the corporate culture? We can say that a corporate culture is a set of value and elements that define the identity and the attitude of corporate organization. In other sentence, we can say that it's also a part of the company's strategy to achieve the objective set out in the vision and the mission. An excavation of the company's long journey in facing constantly changed environment, formulated with stimulation inspiration from other companies and fierce external challenge. Kera, 1998, in Sohana 26, said that the social and moral responsibility needs internal support condition. The main principle is the structure of the company follows the strategy. From now, the goal and the mission of the company are determined by the value of held by the company or the company, especially for the company owner. Now, from here, we can say that the important position or absence of GSL for company is reflected. It means that the determining of the goal and mission of the company that ultimately will determine the strategy and structure of the company. From this reason, we know that the other company philosophy is honesty, credibility, responsibility to family, worker, and society. Mr. Eka Cipta Wijaya. And in the other company philosophy, a large candle cannot enlight a lot of darkness. So it's need to invite others to do the same activity, social activity especially. And then the philosophy of faith act, enjoyment must be shared to others, includes feel around us, Mr. Usman from the Usman Wijaya. Now, there are 6 corporate value in the Sinar Mas Corporation. The first, integrity, positive attitude, commitment, sustainability, innovation, and loyalty. Corporate culture in the Sinar Mas Sinar Mas means a strategy to achieve the objective set out in the vision and the mission. The Sinar Mas vision is be the best. And in the first mission, they say together in social activities. From this picture, we can get information that GSL program has become a part of business activity in PT Smart. Now, what is the motivation of PT Sinar Mas implementation the GSL program? There are 4 reasons. The first, GSL program is a good thing to do, and the second, it's regulation fulfillment, especially in Indonesia, they are the regulation for Undang-Undang Nomor 40 Tahun 2007 tentang implementasi GSF, and then GSR as in the media to ensure stakeholder trust. And the last, Sinar Mas implementation the GS program because it's market demand. Especially, every company has standard to implement the GSR program, but in Sinar Mas or PT Smart Tbk using the LSPO standard. LSPO is a community or a company in the world. LSPO or Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil. The first context of GSR program. The first is plantation topography. We know that palm plantation is located in Kalimantan, Papua, Sumatra, and Sulawesi, which it's near, far from city and public facility. And then the second is target. The other target of GSR program in the PT Smart. The first community is inside in the plantation, and the second community is outside of the plantation. GSL includes support. Context-based GSL implementation requires people support. There are 3 input support. The first, human resource executive, and then GSL implementation and fund. Human resource executive must compare the plantation contact and qualified to be placed in the central office and in the plantation. GSL implementation unit, there are 3 units. The first, Eka Cipta Foundation or ECF, since 2006, the unit facilitating GSL activities of Sinar Mas branch, not only Sinar Mas agribusiness and food, but Sinar Mas mining, Sinar Mas bank, and others. The main activities of this unit is inside and outside of the plantation. And then the second, Sinar Mas Peduli or Sinar Mas Searching representative. It is the first GSL unit because the owners of PT Smart is a Buddhist. So they are Sinar Mas Searching representative in their corporation. The main focus of GSL activities is outside plantation, and the main activities charity like health, education, and culture. improving the quality of life, both in health, education, and economy. Target communities feel the lack of attention that has been given by the company. And for PT Smart has performed its social responsibility to the stakeholder, and the program is able to benefit the performance of the company's business. Conclusion: corporate culture affects the management perspective on strategy in achieving the vision and mission of CSR implementation. And the second, CSR context, which consists of nature and topographical condition of the target group, becomes the basis in determining the program CSR. In this case, the priority target group have not been mentioned clearly. Ethical support, which consists of implementation, research, CSR implementation, and CSR allocation of the company strongly support the implementation of CSR program. In the process of implementation of CSR program, consists social mapping, etc. And the CSR program that has been implemented by PT Smart profit benefit both for the target communities and for PT Smart itself. That's enough. Thank you very much.
If just 1 minute for you want to give some other information? Oh, enough. Okay, let's open the discussion section. Any questions?
Okay, this is, I want to add something that is that your main idea is CIPP.
Yes.
CIPP, yes. That function to evaluate the CSR program.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in here, you cannot explain clearly what is CIPP and how the process there. And the second one is CSR. Yes, you know, the whole company have CSR, right? Now, CIPP can be applied on all the company or just for Sinarmas.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. The main idea of my research, I want to know about the implementation of CSR in PT Smart. There are many tools to know about the implementation, but I choose the GIPP method because I think the GIPP model is good for seeing the implementation of CSR in PT Smart, because the GIPP seeing the concept, the context, hold the context and input the process implementation and the evaluation. And then the second, I think CIPP model can use in other corporate. Yeah.
Okay, teacher, I very attractive, very impressed with your paper. First, is it your research?
Yeah, it's my first.
Oh, yes. I want to ask, is any company who relate with Sinarmas to apply the program CSR?
Okay.
Yes, and then is the CSR of Sinarmas just give to people or citizens or any different stakeholder? For example, students or academics or etc. Thank you.
The first, I think that in Indonesia, after the application of Undang-Undang Nomor 40 Tahun 2007, every company must implement the CSR program. But not all corporate give permission if we want to know how the implementation of your CSR program. I can join this research in Sinarmas because I'm one of the student with James, scholar from PT Smart. So I I just to GS Sinarmas to be my object research.
Our paper with title Inclusive Cyber Communication Network to Accelerate Information of Cocoa Agribusiness by Cocoa Sustainability Program. My name is Italia. My friends team is Siti Nurjana and Anjali, but they don't care. Our major is agribusiness, Bogor Agricultural University. Okay. Do you know of this picture?
Yes.
What is it?
Kakao.
Indonesia has potential commodities of plantation. One of them is cocoa. Cocoa is position of cocoa. Indonesian cocoa is in this world is number 3. Top in this world after Pantai Gading and Ghana. So yes, after Pantai Gading and Ghana. So agribusiness of cocoa must give income of Indonesia, make increase of farmer earnings, and because it is agriculture. So, cocoa agribusiness can make keep environment from the damage. Okay, and then yes, it's our background. First, sorry, ini slide sebelumnya. Yes, we know that area of our cacao is number 1, then Pantai Gading and Ghana, but our productivity in this world number 3. Yes, every year area of the cacao always increase, but not a lot by increase of the productivity. Yes, and then number 2, have I explained, and then the third aspect is sorry, we must back. Yes. Yes, I have explained that our cocoa can have our national income, the unemployment, and the damage on employment. Yes, and then yes, current condition of cocoa agribusiness. Cocoa agribusiness productivity always increase every year from the 7 a lot, yes, from 2010 until 2011, and then rest of the growth in 2010. I take the data from Information and Data Central, the Ministry of Agriculture, such 5.93% of volume, and the value of the productivity is 13.72%. And then yes, it's urgent problem. Our cocoa bean is not fermented. Yes, still unfermented. So it results that our bean cocoa have not good quality. The quality is still have low fat and have a high. Sorry, just a moment. Yes, a flavor, and the taste is not good. So, manufacturing of in other countries not in processing product. Okay, and then yes, it is a machine technology of traditional technology. It is to fermentation cocoa, but with the traditional method, and our government will change our technology to be a modern. Yes, it's a technology to fermentation to reach quality cocoa in a good quality. Yes, what's the important as we must have more attention to our farmers because it is because they are main actor in our cocoa agribusiness. Yes, the second picture you can look that our cocoa bean damaged by attack because attacks the pest. Yes, and it's cocoa bean not fermentation. Okay, and then. Yeah, the focus product to increase development the cocoa agribusiness. We must focus to farmer because farmer is our main actor. Cocoa farmer have more attention by give the information of a good input processing and to sell the productivity the product. Yes, from the farming, our farmer need our information how to increase the productivity, how to say tidak terserang penyakit. Yes, and then how to our farmer can sell the cocoa bean with the high price because now our cocoa bean have a discounted price to of Europe country because quality is not good. So our cocoa have a discount price 15%. Yes, and then our farmer have need knowledge and skill readings from the lecture from the agricultural extension and other stakeholders. And then to increase the value proposition to terhindar from the discounted price. Yes, and then yes, our strategy. We must have opinion about how to increase development of cocoa agribusiness by inclusive cyber. You know, exclusive is a close self. Yes, we don't know about her. We don't know about all aspect about it. Yes, but now inclusive. So opposite from exclusive. Inclusive cyber domain is how to increase our develop our cocoa agribusiness to include all stakeholders, not only agricultural extension, not only academia, not only lecture, not only government, but there are doctor, there are student, senior high school, junior high school, yes, any party. Yes, inclusive cyber is branch of the National Movement on Cocoa. Our ministry, agricultural ministry, have created a national movement on cocoa to accelerate all stakeholders to have our farmer. And then National Movement on Cocoa have a branch program, and the name is Cocoa Sustainability Program. It's how to say CSP. Yes, CSP have a branch program more. The name is Cocoa Information Center. Yes, and then Cocoa Information Center ini. The Cocoa Information Center give all information to farmer, and it have program or association. The name is Inclusive Cyber. Inclusive Cyber from the last year have the member just cultural extension of Bunyulu and government. But now we give the opinion more that inclusive cyber must be input by all stakeholders, not only agriculture extension, government, but there are doctor, there are student, and usually people, on general people, etc., who have attention to increase our cocoa agribusiness. Yes, do you know I mean? Yes. Okay, and then was the stakeholder, I explained that agriculture extension, general people, and academics. The first is general people input of them. Yes, final result. We hope that our cocoa agribusiness can can fit processing product, not only cocoa bean, not only raw material, but our farmer can get processed product, chocolate, milk, yes, etc. So we can test our chocolate staff, not only in Malaysia, in Ghana, etc. Yes, and then from the inclusive cyber, our farmer can take all information about cocoa agribusiness, just not only our government. Yes, it is our opinion from our paper. Thank you for your attention, and I am sorry because my explanation may be not clear, but I hope you here can now my idea, our idea. Okay, just it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. So it's time for session discussion. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to ask you about the problem that make Indonesian farmer cannot produce cocoa make to chocolate. And the second question is, if you say about fermentation heavily correlates with bacteria or yeast. Bacteria or yeast. Kapang, jamur. Yes. Yeah, bacteria or yeast. You ever know the kind of bacteria or yeast that make acceleration of fermentation? We as biology is every fermentation absolutely have a strong related with bacteria or yeast. If you ever know the kind or the name of the bacteria or the yeast, maybe one day or someday we can make the acceleration for fermentation to make better the acceleration.
Okay. Thank you for your question, Mr. Saifuddin. Yes, we are not from biology department. Yes. I just take information if the cocoa agribusiness on it is to fermentation process, because after the cocoa has fermentation, the quality is not will increase. For example,
all over the world with its amazing cultures and then the wealthy natural resources and the diversity of life and the friendly citizen like us, right?
I thought.
And each province in Indonesia has its own characteristic of identity. And let's move to one of the special province in Indonesia, that is our hometown, Yogyakarta. As we know that Yogyakarta is located in Java Island, and Yogyakarta is also very famous all over the world as the special region which has so many historical places. You know what is it? Tugu Jogja, yes. And arts. This is the art that usually dance in Keraton Palace. And this is historical palace, Keraton Yogyakarta. And the friendly citizen. No, it's died. And the cultural heritage, Candi Prambanan. And Yogyakarta also has not one, the most active volcano mountain in the world, that it's Mount Merapi. Do you still remember the Mount Merapi eruption in 2010? Still remember? Well, we know Mount Merapi was destructed, so many victims at that time, but actually it saved a very big potential. Where is that potential? Let's move. Tada, this is it. Snake fruits farm. As we know that the people that live around Merapi mountain, they are farming snake fruits as their main commodity to life. And besides cultivating the snake fruits, they also process or making some refined products that made from snake fruits, such as syrup, snake fruit syrup, and then snake fruit chips, and bakpia, snake fruit pie. And from all of this process, it leaves one problem that has not solved by the people there. That is snake fruit letters. Okay, welcome my partner. Maybe you want to enter this room. Welcome my partner. Yeah, this is Mr. Muhammad Ridwan. Yes, I will next my presentation. So this is the main problem that being the background of our paper, which is how we as a researcher help the farmer to use and optimize this snake fruits leather. So we offer a technology innovation of eco-friendly fashion products and handicraft from snake fruits leather. And as you can see in our paper title, fashion product. Why it should be fashion product? Let me give you some pictures. What do you think when you see this picture, ladies and gentlemen? Astaghfirullahaladzim. Okay, and this is, you see that fashion is not something that only dresses. Fashion is everywhere. Fashion is in the sky, in the street, in the house, in your body. Yes, the stewardess uniform in the airplane, and then in fashion runway, and so on. And this quotation is stated by one of the most famous designer, Coco Chanel. Yes, so why we choose our product to be very, very important in fashion? We have some background issues of that. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, that your bag that you wear today, your shoes that you wear today, mostly of them are made from reptile leather. Do you know? Especially from snake leather. And this map, this column indicate the sources and annual export of skin, especially snake skins from each country. And we could see here, it ranging not only in Indonesia but in some Asia countries. It is exported to many countries, not only in Asia but Europe and USA. So we can conclude that during this time, so many fashion companies exploiting the reptile leather, and it is very dangerous for our natural ecosystem balance, because if we keep killing reptile such as snake or crocodile, it will make them become extinct. What do you think when you see these pictures? does it look very expensive, very beautiful, and very luxurious, right? But just catch your eyes on the pictures above. Some company, when they want to make a snack leather material, they are killing the snake by cutting their head and then spread it with their body, and then they just peeling its skin, peeling manguliti, and then they just scrutinize them, and it's a very and totally brutalism, I think. And so that's why we offer a way or an innovation to be more eco-friendly. That is not so. We hope that it could reduce or minimize the use of reptile leather skin. How? Okay, my partner will promote to you and will show you some of our product example. As you can see, just go walk. Yeah, we have a bag. Yeah, if you want to buy, we also sell it, ladies and gentlemen. Nurlaila, please, the bag. Yeah, this is one of the bags that we made. As you could see, it is also beautiful, right? Yeah. So we hope that by doing an innovation, by creating some fashion products from snake-free skin or leather, we could save the animal, especially reptile, does not become extinct. You must so curious how that was or rabies, because usually people just throwing away the snake-free leather, but actually snake-free leather has its own characteristic. We can see from the texture, the color, the containing, and how we make this snake-free leather into the beautiful outfit. You could see on this slide, we start from the materials preparations, and then this is the most important step, that is snake-free leather preservation. And then we just making pattern and design, and then we cut it, and then we stick it on the bag that have designed before, and then we install the brand and the accessories on it, and then we sewing and assembling, and finally we got that bag. Maybe my partner, we have something special for you all. This is the snake-free, originally from the village around Mount Merapi, and my partner will show you how to peel the snake-free correctly. Peel, kupas.
You can peel the snake fruit like that. Sorry, it's not good.
And for all of you, ladies and gentlemen, after you eat, please do not wash the skin, because we still needed to make our another product. Okay, thank you. That is some. This is some example of our product: painting, the bag, necklace. You see, I'm wearing the necklace from snake-free leather too, and the bras and so on. Okay, and we name our global brand with Zala Craft. It has its own history. So as we know that the scientific name of snake-free is Salaka zalaka, and because our product is concerned on the handicraft product, so we combine it into Zalakref. It sounds familiar to everyone, we think. And this is the last of our presentation, and we have a slogan or a motto for all of you. Let's be eco-friendly with Zalakref. Thank you so much. Question session?
Okay, I think it's very interesting. You can earn money from this. Okay, any question? Okay,
Miss Renita.
Okay, comparison with the